Welcome to the Conversation Colons podcast. I'm your host, Damien. Oh my, wait, I just completely blanked. I'm gonna leave it in.
Really?
I leave. Was it going well? I feel like I messed up.
You sound perfectly fine until it fucking ear raped. It went really
Oh
loud.
no, I just was saying it, and then all of a sudden my mind was like, "That's not right."
No, you were saying it exactly correct because I was about to go, "Hey guys," and then you went. It was like some weird loud noise.
Oh, welcome to the Conversation Colons podcast. I'm your host, Damien. My co-host, Jared.
Hi guys.
Oh God, Jared, why don't you just take us in the Brewskis of the week?
Yeah, I'll take over the brewskis here, lads and lasses. I've got a Smirnoff Ice Pink Lemonade limited edition summer edition that has been sitting in my garage for forever. So
I can never
when I'm
find the
on,
pink lemonade.
it's so fucking good. What do you got?
Water. I have a Smirnoff in the fridge. I just don't want to drink it, to be honest with you.
That's fair.
Not in the mood. Um,
That's fair.
so last week we were out. Jared had personal issues. I had, well, not personal issues. Jared had something personal going on. I had something personal going on. We didn't do the podcast.
Yep.
Last week would have been slow anyways because we would have recorded before Gamescom started. So really nothing would have gone on. So this week we're gonna kind of catch up. We have an album to review at the end of this. And then we'll talk about what we'll do next week. So Gamescom started off a lot of game announcements. First off, it's called Marvel's Midnight Suns. It is kind of like Marvel's Ultimate Alliance. There's a new version of that. But a lot like I saw the gameplay today, and it's like there's cards you have to collect, and the gameplay it's weird. Anyways, Ghost Rider looks dope in it. They showed out this really cool trailer. There's like 9 playable characters: Blade, Iron Man, Lilith's daughter, Ghost Rider, Wolverine. There's a few other ones.
Whose daughter?
Lilith.
Who?
Lilith.
Lilith.
Yes.
Interesting.
That's
Okay.
Satan's daughter. Satan's daughter.
Okay. That's I thought I just
Well, at least in Diablo. But anyways, so there's a few other Doctor Strange's in there. So it comes out relatively soon in March of next year. I'll have the gameplay linked down below unless I forget, which I won't. I probably won't have it linked down below. I'll be honest with you. Just Google it. You'll see it. Jared's looking at a ghost right now.
No, I just keep hearing my dog upstairs. I don't know what the fuck she's doing today.
Oh, okay. Still looks all right. But the big one I know Jared was excited for because Jared's a big Saints Row fan. They announced the new Saints Row reboot. You good, fam?
I don't know what the fuck she's doing. I keep hearing her like get up. I'm sorry. Yeah.
So, did you see the Saints Row reboot stuff?
I saw a small clip of it, but I did not watch the whole thing.
So it's like I was trying to explain this or I was talking to Cody about it. It's
A reimagining, right?
right. It's not Saints Row. They took out a lot of the comedy. They took out, from what I was seeing, obviously, they took Far Cry 6 and put it like on Saints Row's engine. It's in kind of the same area. It's in New Mexico, I believe. So it's in that desert. It has the same kind of art style, same kind of gunplay. It just kind of looks like ass and not fun to play. Now, it may be great, but from what I'm seeing, that's not a buy for me. And I feel like if they would have taken like Saints Row 3 and just made a new game kind of in that similar style, I would have bought it immediately.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not. They're making it like Far Cry, and I don't care for that because I'm not excited for Far Cry at all.
Yeah.
To be honest,
Yeah, the new Far Cry is looking real rough.
games in the desert just kind of turn me off. I don't know if it's because I live here.
I was gonna say it's because you live in a desert. I like desert games.
They're cool, but like they're boring. They're like the world can get boring if you don't do it right. Yeah, Saints Row looks kind of mid, to be honest with you. Then they showed off Horizon Forbidden West. They finally gave a release date for that, which we talked about a few weeks ago, it being delayed. It was confirmed to be delayed. It's delayed till February 18th of 2022. And then also today, because they released a bunch of you can pre-order it now. You can buy the collector's edition, the Regalia edition, whatever. Anyways, there's no upgrade path for the game now. from PlayStation 4 to PS5. So if you buy the PS4 version, you can't pay like the extra $20 or $40 like you could with Ghost of Tsushima to get the PS5 version. If you spend $60 or $70 for the PS4 version, you're going to have to spend $70 again for the PS5 version. If you get a PS5 and you want to play it on there, get that upgrade. Ridiculous to me. Once again, another one for Xbox, because Xbox is literally putting smart delivery on every single game that's launching on that console. So that sucks, and I feel like that's going to be the wave for all PlayStation exclusives from now on. And like, I understand it, but if the game's going to be on PS4, you should have that upgrade path. I prefer to them just not put it on PS4. Stop limiting the game to old gen consoles. It's next gen. I never understood why they did this. Like, I get there's a larger install base, but like, it's next gen. The games are next gen only. People will go buy a console. Just go get the consoles. I don't know what to tell you. Listen, everyone keeps saying they can't get a PS5. I've gotten fucking almost 10 of them, and I have no issues. I've been able to get, I could probably get 2 or 3 Xboxes the next time they drop. Like, I don't understand where the issue is with these people not being able to get their consoles. Just get one. Try online. It's not that hard. Yeah, February 18th, that's fine. I think it was supposed to come out in November for what I was seeing in the leaks, but obviously got delayed. One of the bigger things they showed was Call of Duty Vanguard. They showed off the campaign. You're like a sniper, I think in the Russian streets. It looks pretty good. There's like wall climbing and stuff in the campaign. And then they announced that the alpha was going live on the PlayStation thing, on PlayStation 5 and PS4, which already happened. The game looks just like Modern Warfare, just in World War II. One that I like. So my aunt loves the Lego Star Wars games. She loves all Lego games. So growing up, I always had the Lego Star Wars games. So I've known about Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker saga that they've been working on. I just thought they were going to take the original 6 games that they made and then like put them together and make the new ones. No, they completely redid everything, and the game looks fucking awesome.
And they like talked in this one, I think.
Oh, they talk in all of them. They've been talking since whatever came out after the first Harry Potter Lego. I think that would have been Jurassic Park.
Well, the last one I played was the Star Wars: The Clone Wars, or Star Wars Lego Clone Wars, whatever it was.
They talking that one?
No.
Yeah, so I think it was Lego Jurassic Park. Because Pirates of the Caribbean, they didn't talk either.
Yeah.
So I think Jurassic World was the first one. Anyways, it looks great. Like, it looks better than every Star Wars game that's come out in the past 10 years. So that's pretty crazy. And I was watching, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have to buy this. I'm just gonna have to do it. I don't care.
Is it on PC?
It'll be on PC, yeah. I'm gonna grab it on the PS5, I think. But
oh God.
That's a console game, man. I'm just gonna play it on a console.
Yeah, well, fuck that. Use a controller.
Yeah, but like
on your PC. PC run it better.
Yeah, but it's Lego, man. It can, like, I'll just play on my PS5. I'm buying it for Xbox anyways, because my aunt will want it. So she's like super excited for it. That game looks amazing. They showed off, I think, 9 minutes of Death Stranding. I've talked enough about Death Stranding. Everyone knows how excited I am for this director's cut. They showed off a lot more, like, which Jared, you've watched me play the game. They showed off a lot more of the new equipment they're using or they're bringing into the game. So did you watch it? Did you see any of it?
Yeah, we watched it when it all, like, way when it was first announced, all the new shit. You streamed it to Cody.
They announced more shit.
Yeah, there was some. I didn't okay, so I didn't watch videos, but I saw pictures and like little gifs of a lot of the new stuff. One of the things that I don't think was in the early was like a ramp. Like there was like driving cars and shit. Yeah. That's one of the things I saw.
So they are adding ramps, which Jared talked about, which you can go over large ravines with. They're adding, like, so if I'm on top of a mountain and I jump off, they're adding like these thruster packs to slow down your fall so you don't die.
Ooh.
And then also, if you're sprinting towards a ravine, you need to get to the other side, you can jump and like thrust yourself over. So like
It
it's
sounds
gonna
like a jump pack from fucking Titanfall.
kind of, yeah. So it's gonna make, or it's just gonna make the game so much more fun to play. Because there's a
Yeah.
lot of portions in that where like there's a huge ravine you can't get around, and that's just gonna make it to where like, okay, I don't have to spend 20 minutes going around. I can fucking just jump over this shit. I'm talking to my hands a lot today. I'm sorry, but that looks great. They showed off a lot of the new weapons. They showed off the new firing range, and that's in every facility at the bottom. They showed off the racing stuff, which looks crazy. There's gonna be a lot more music in the game, which the music in that game is like top tier music. Um, and then there's new like bunkers and shit that you can fight people in. Unfortunately, it's not coming to the PC version, not yet. It's only PS5, which me and Cody will be playing on PS5 anyway, so it doesn't matter. Uh,
Fuck Sony.
Another thing with Death Stranding is Norman Reedus was on Talking Dead this week and confirmed that they are in the talks or in the works of making Death Stranding 2. They are in the contract process.
Wait, Talking Dead, like the Walking Dead show?
Yes,
Wait, he's still alive in
he
that?
is still alive. Yes,
Oh, that's interesting. I thought he died.
I know, right? So Death Stranding 2 is coming out eventually. I wonder if it's going to be a PlayStation exclusive though, because Kojima and Xbox have been talking about making a game for Xbox only and PC, obviously. But like, so apparently they were working on a contract. So maybe it's Death Stranding 2. I would love for the game to take place before or like right when the Death Stranding happened, and just to
Yeah.
see all that. Like, and I get a lot of people won't look into the game. There's a video that I'll have to find and I'll try to link it down below. It's like 40 minutes and it goes through like the whole story of Death Stranding, even like all the lore that you pick up from like papers and stuff. And that game is so fucking deep. It's crazy. I'm beyond excited for the director's cut to play that again on the 23rd.
Mhm.
One thing that leaked today, the Uncharted series is coming to PC. So 1 through 4 will be on PC in December. For what I saw, the whole Nathan Drake collection, which that will probably be announced at the upcoming PlayStation 5 showcase, which is September 9th. From what I saw, this is where they're going to show God of War for the first time. I'm sure we'll get Horizon Forbidden West gameplay. I would love to see Spider-Man 2. I don't think Spider-Man 2 is going to launch next year, so I don't think we'll see it. I don't even know what other games they would even talk about, to be honest with you. Silent Hill, please. Other than that, there's not any other games. There'll be a few surprises, obviously. So we'll obviously react to that. I think that's on a Thursday.
Hey, isn't Uncharted the one where you can like attach rockets to like things, or you can attach yourself to stuff? Like, is that the thing where you can like stick by a rope?
Uncharted is the male version of Tomb Raider.
Is it open world?
It's linear like Tomb Raider.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Um, I'm sure they'll show off the Last of Us Battle Royale that they're working on.
Oh fuck!
Yeah, I know. I know. Uh,
When you butcher games, you turn into a battle royale.
right. So you butcher it even more. But yeah, I mean, a lot of stuff. So that'll be next week's podcast. Um, let's go ahead and get into our album review, Jared. We
Let's
had
not.
what?
Let's talk a little bit about the Halo Infinite multiplayer stuff that dropped
I forgot.
since the
I
last time we
didn't put
recorded.
that in here. That's my bad. What do you want?
Yeah.
Go ahead,
So
lead it off.
yeah, no, Halo Infinite, or I'm sorry, 343 dropped some Halo Infinite multiplayer things, basically giving us a look into our first season for the multiplayer. And they gave us a cinematic, basically introducing us to the character whose name I don't remember. It is the Spartan like trainer lady that you were going to talk to. I
Yes.
assume we're going to talk to when we go in to do the multiplayer. And it's like her backstory. It's in London, and I don't think it specified the year, but obviously it's going to be like 25, like 50, I guess 8 at the earliest, maybe sometime later. I don't remember when Halo Wars 2 takes place. And it shows us, like I said, London. You can see Big Ben in the background, a whole bunch of futuristic shit. And it's this character, the Spartan trainer running around the city trying to get away from the Banished invading, and you get some Spartans that drop in and save her ass, and there's a little fight sequence, and there's a whole bunch of fun shit that happens in that. It's a great
It is a really
I
good
mean, it is
trailer.
a fucking beautiful trailer for a season, by the way. It's not one of these dog shit Warzone, like, cinematics. This is a Halo Infinite, beautifully made cinematic. If you haven't seen it, I absolutely recommend you go watch it, and if you've played any of the prior Halo games, there is some music in this somewhere towards the end, when one of the Spartans goes to help up the trainer, he sticks his hand out, and you get a little bit of that chime, like the Halo 3. I
Yeah.
forget what the name of the song is. Beautiful. I mean, gives me goosebumps.
I
And
love
it basically is an introduction. It's an introduction to the multiplayer. I mean,
right.
season one introduction to multiplayer. She's talking about like, oh, like what do you get? You're here to be a Spartan for all these reasons. Uh, and I have to say, it is impressive with how they are introducing this. They're making Halo Infinite. First of all, they're setting up Halo Infinite to be like the next Halo for a long time, which I'm
Right.
fine with. But they're also doing it correctly. I mean, obviously, Call of Duty's trying to do this thing with Warzone, but they're kind of forcing the narrative of the story through Warzone. With Halo, it feels like there's going to be the main campaign, and then we're going to have like this multiplayer story as well. It's going to take place alongside it. Maybe they intertwine. Maybe the multiplayer is going to continue some version of the story afterwards, but it's going to continue the story through the eyes of these Spartan fives. I think is what they are, or maybe they're Spartan fours with new armor. I'm not quite sure. I know it's like Mark 6 or 7 armor. A lot of shit's changed. I haven't kept up with my lore yet. But we know that we're not going to be seeing an extension of Master Chief's story through the multiplayer, and that's the big thing. We're not getting this, knockoff story like Warzone. We're getting a at least original story, even if it does intertwine
To
with
be
the main
fair,
chief story at some point.
Warzone's an original story.
Yeah, but
It's
you're
built through
continuing
Warzone.
you're continuing Modern Warfare story through Warzone, literally through Cold
Yeah,
War
but
and
like
into Vanguard. That's
it's
so
still an
shitty.
original story.
Original but shitty. That's
I mean,
not
listen,
the
I
point.
can't speak from Warzone or Cold War's campaign. Modern Warfare's campaign was great, but
Yeah, and they're continuing a great campaign through Warzone. That's shit. That was a beautiful campaign that they're fucking
I
butchering
just
going
love
through.
in the trailer, in the multiplayer trailer, where like uh she was about to get caught, and all of a sudden you see the ODST pod come down, and as soon as I saw that, and he like helped her up, and then I saw all the other ODST pods start coming down, I was like, dude, this is fucking wild. Like, I cannot believe
Yeah.
this is happening right now.
It's gonna be so good. There's so much to it that's gonna be great. Um, that made me so excited for Halo. Like I've obviously been excited. I love Halo. It's pretty much my favorite game out there.
Right.
But seeing that cinematic made me go, fuck, I need more of this. Like I saw it, the trailer. I was at home. I forget what I was doing. I saw it. I watched it. I then went to the gym and was working out, and I was watching stuff about the trailer, and I rewatched the trailer while like running and like doing stuff in the treadmill. We're going to the other stuff, and I just kept like listening to it. Like even when I was doing other things I couldn't watch, I was just listening. And then when I got home, I rewatched it again. So I was all hype the night it came out. Or it was the day after, I think. Yeah, it was the day after because it was also the day after when they announced the new controller and shit, and it was already sold out, a bunch of bullshit. Which yeah, on that topic, they've got a Halo Infinite themed Xbox Series X and a Halo Infinite themed Elite Controller Series 2. So if you guys are interested in that, check it out, obviously. But yeah, the Halo
They're
Infinite
not
multiplayer stuff.
dropping that Xbox One X anymore. I was reading.
They're not.
Well, they're dropping it, but there's no more pre-orders available.
Oh, they're not like doing any more.
No.
Oh, that sucks.
I mean,
Damn.
unless like Walmart or somewhere has the extra stock from when I was reading, they're all out. They're all pre-ordered. The Elite
Because
controller, I
fuck.
believe, is going to be the same way here, but it's all right, Jared. I got me and you one for sure, so it's okay.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, that's gonna say that Elite controller is gonna be like the last major major spend I do this year. That's my last
Yeah.
big spending thing this year. But yeah, I didn't realize that there was some YouTubers I was watching who had talked about like, yeah, like if you miss your chance to get one, just wait for the next like do the email sign up as soon as they announce it, you're gonna be able to get more. Basically saying like from the information they had seen, there's a good chance they were gonna release more eventually. By the way, why have you been changing this whole time?
What do you mean?
You've been this is like the second or third hat you've had on. What are you doing?
No, this has been the only hat I put on.
That's not true. You had a brown hat on before.
I don't own a brown hat.
You know what? I'll watch the episode this week and know if you're fucking lying to me. It doesn't really matter. You can just sit here and be like, I don't know what you're talking about. You were wearing a different shirt. You weren't wearing a black shirt. You were
No,
wearing a
I've
gray
actually
shirt.
been wearing this the whole time.
The little optics. That sounds like bullshit. Anyway, yeah, I didn't realize that they weren't making more Xboxes. That really sucks. But it is what it is. There was something else I was going to talk about. I don't remember what it was. It was another game related thing that you didn't mention. Um, fuck. What happened this week? In shit. Oh, Destiny. Fuck.
Oh,
Destiny 2.
yeah, they had their little gameplay reveal for the thick queen herself, Savathun.
Oh, bitch queen. Fuck,
Listen,
man.
Destiny 2 is just more of what they've been promising. It looks great. I love the new area that they're showing off. The new dungeon that they showed off looks cool, or the dungeon area. The raid's gonna be
And the
dope.
season they're doing right now leading up to
I
this
hear it's
is,
amazing.
dude, when we saw it, we were both sitting there like, we can't get back into this game. We're not going to have the energy to play it when it comes out next year. So we like told ourselves we're not playing it until what was it, December when
So
the Galahorn
the preference is
coming?
me and Jared hopped on and played the first mission. I could not do it. I had to play the first mission. So
Oh
they
yeah.
also released they're releasing in December the Bungie 30th anniversary pack.
Oh, it's 30th, not 20th. That's right. Holy shit.
Maybe it is 20th.
Oh, oops.
Whatever, 20th, 30th, whatever, doesn't fucking matter. Galahorn's in it, and it's an instant buy. It's like $40. I don't fucking care. The Galahorn's in it, I'll pay 70. I'll buy
Yeah,
it. I don't care. I don't care if shit's trash.
absolutely.
I'll have the Galahorn again. That's all I want. And they have my money.
Absolutely.
So it finally seems like Bungie's like reinvesting into Destiny, because they're releasing a ton more merch. They're releasing a lot when it comes to the Destiny universe again. But in that 30th anniversary pack, we talked about it, or 20th anniversary, we talked about it a few months ago, where I said the Halo pistol is supposed to be in that. Still don't
I
know if
fucking hope.
don't know
Oh,
if that's going to be in it, but they were talking about it. Galhorn's in it. There's a new dungeon. They're bringing back an old raid, which please be Taken King. I will never stop playing the game if it's the Taken King raid. I don't care.
yep. We'll grind Taken King until we've just everything, all of it.
Yeah. So me and Jared told ourselves we're not playing it until that 30th anniversary, 20th, whatever comes out.
Yeah.
Because if we played it from now till that anniversary, till the DLC, we'll probably play
That's
like
December, isn't it?
the DLC's in February.
No, but the Galahorn thing's in December,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
So if we were playing it from now till then to the DLC, I feel we both felt like once the DLC came out in February, we'd probably play it for a month and then be so burnt out we wouldn't touch the game for
We
6
probably
months.
wouldn't even play it for a month. We'd probably play it for like a couple days and be burned out.
Yeah. So
And if we played Destiny, we would miss Battlefield, we'd miss Halo, we'd miss Forza.
Yeah,
The
I
new
know,
COD,
but
but the new COD's gonna
Destiny.
be gay. We'd miss all of those, and that's why we made this promise. I almost loaded it today, dude. I was like, oh, look at
Dude.
that, look at that little icon there. Nope. December when Galahorn hits, I'm getting it. And like you said, all the merchant stuff, dude. I wanted so badly to get the fuck. There's the what was it on their merch site? There was like a Galahorn related thing. I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, you can get oh god. All I know
There's a ton.
is I'm pre-ordering the Celestial Nighthawk fucking helmet. I don't
Yep.
care. It's mine. It will be mine. It will go right here and it will stare at me and I'll be a happy man.
Dude, I want the Acadia jump ship. The
Yeah.
Acadia class jump ship. I want that. I actually did get the fuck collector's edition. It was the no game code copy. So I ended up getting that. It's gonna come with a cool new Dark Ghost. This all the stuff in it. There's a whole bunch of shit I was reading,
Yeah, I still gotta
including
grab that.
the digital soundtracks. Dude, I sat in the queue. It told me it was gonna be forever. I sat in it while I was at work. I just had doing my job and I kept looking down at my phone. I was like right here at my chest, and I was just
Yeah.
like, yeah, blah blah blah. And I kept looking. I'm like, oh, I'm getting closer. Finally, thank God it slowed down for just a minute as well as worked well, and it fucking popped me into the queue. Went on the website, just immediately fucking ordered it. Didn't hesitate at all.
Yep.
So I have that shit locked in. The only thing is, I still have to pay for the game when it comes out. Like I still have to pay for the Witch Queen, which sucks. I couldn't just pay all in one flat price. I mean, I think it's gonna be slightly cheaper this way just because tax and including tax and everything. But I still wanted to just do it all in one, just get the
Yeah.
codes. But
Listen, we ride for
uh,
Destiny. Everyone knows this. We played it for 6 months straight earlier this year. Um,
yeah, we did.
and I don't regret a single minute of it. Fucking love
Nope.
that game.
Nope.
Um, I have a quick story. Speaking of a game we've been playing, so before we get into our album review, I have a story to tell that happened to me a few days ago. So we've been playing GTA more again, uh,
Oh
with
no.
our friend Chad, who's a friend of the show. Hello, Chad. I know you're watching.
Hi,
Um,
Chad.
so we've been doing more stuff. Anyways, so one night we were doing part of a heist. Chad got off, Jared got off. I got off of GTA, and I was just kind of listening to music. And I was like, you know what? I just want to like listen to music and just play a game and vibe out. So I hopped back on the GTA, and I hopped in my 811, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna drive on the highway for as long as I can without hitting cars. And I started at the beach, made it all the way, went
Yes,
all
you
the way
do.
through the top. And I'm coming down into the industrial area. And I swear to God, Jared, I was sitting there, I'm like, man, like I realized why I like this game so much. And then I got blown up by the fucking uh the little
Pressure Mark two.
yep, I got blown up by the guy immediately, and I was like, I remember why I don't like this game. And then I spawned, called back my car from Moore's Mutual, and I just see the little fucker just flying towards me, and I died again. And I quit the game and thought about uninstalling that and went, wow, I remember why that game was dog shit. But
Yep.
I want to tell you that because it takes you like 15 minutes to go around the map.
Oh yeah.
I was vibing and I was like actually pretty happy. And then that
Yeah,
guy
man.
showed up.
Dude, that's the one thing I love about GTA, and that's like if you ever get a public lobby where there's nobody, first of all, you can do things without worrying, but like if you can just chill and drive the map, it is so fun. Like the driving in the game is satisfying. I know it's not as good as like Forza, but it's a satisfying way to use vehicles in that game. And I mean, you remember when we were younger, we walked from the 400K apartment to the beach in game.
Yeah.
I mean, it's such a satisfying
I
game to
told
play.
Chad
And
about that.
if you've got friends to play with, play the game. But you also have to be certain that you're capable of absolutely fucking up a little bitch ass griefer if you have to. That's why when I play that game, I make sure that I'm at least somewhat tuned into my senses the way I used to be when I used to play it all the time, so I can give a kid a fucking middle
Right.
finger up his ass.
So like I'm driving, like wasn't even paying attention to my map. I was just listening to music and just kind of paying attention to the cars in front of me so I don't hit them.
Yep.
And I got blown up. I was immediately pissed off. And then
Yep.
literally the only thing I wanted to do when I spawned back in was get in my car and finish the drive.
Yep.
And I died again, and then I didn't even get to finish my drive. And I was so pissed. It's like I was actually driving in real life. I was so pissed off when I got off that game. But
Yep.
we've been having fun on it. I fucking hate those kids who sit on that fucking vehicle and just drive around. He's lucky I didn't.
Dude.
If I was as petty as I like usually am, I would have went to the fucking Air Force Base and gotten the FH-18 and fucking fucked his ass up. I don't even care at that point. I didn't want to
See,
spend
that's
the
why
40
you need
minutes
to
to go
play
back.
with me because whenever someone in an oppressor comes at me, I bait them with being in a car, and then I just get out, or I use one of the ones that's like rocket proof, and it takes a couple, get out, and I just fucking snipe their ass. It's so fucking easy.
Yeah, I know,
Hate
but
those
like,
kids.
I just wanted to drive, man.
You know, we should do that. We should drive the night. Just get that done. We'll get it done.
Right? Yeah, we
I did
should.
want to say though, if we're gonna keep doing these heists with Chad, this is no shots being fired here. I'm just saying we need to make sure his fucking character's leveled up because he was a level 8 when we were doing that. And again, no shots, but uh even though I have like a level 300 character, because it got reset, my HP isn't even that high. So for someone who's a level 8, he's got like in the health bar, it's probably gonna be like poor or whatever the fuck it says. So he's definitely getting like 2 shot, especially on hard.
Yeah.
So we got to make sure we all level up a bit. Just go around murdering people.
So the reason why I wanted to get him in the heist just was to get it because when he spawned in, me and we're playing. I'm flying around the DeLorean.
Yep.
I show him all 4 of my apartments. I show him my underground bunker. I didn't show him my yacht, but I showed him, all the shit I had. And he's like, "Man, I don't even have an apartment. I don't even have a car." I was like, "Oh, I feel shitty. All right, let's do the first
Yep.
heist." We did the first heist. He got himself an apartment. He got himself a car. And I was like, you know what? We'll just do the last heist, get you the most amount of money possible. And then we'll do Diamond Casino and stuff like that. So that's the only reason why. Not even for my personal gain. I just want Chad to have money so he can actually like enjoy the game.
Well, that's the thing. If we're gonna do money, and we'll have to do it this way, we'll jump into a few survivals. It's gonna take like 20 minutes to do them. But if we do survival, we're killing people, which is leveling up our shooting. And if we're being shot at, it's leveling up our health. And then we're also getting it's like $50,000 for each survival if we do. So if we do a few of those, it'll get him money to start and level our characters up, and then we'll hit the heist. Because if we get the Doomsday heist done that we're doing right now, and then do the Diamond Casino heist, the Diamond Casino heist, they pay out so well if you do them right. And
Yeah,
I mean,
but I feel like me and you can like, because we're already carrying Chad's ass through. Like,
oh yeah,
I feel like with the Diamond Casino, that one's a lot more carryable than Doomsday.
And Doomsday?
Yeah, dude, because the whole last part of the whole last part of the heist when you're underground, like Chad hides in the back, me and you were fine.
For Doomsday?
Or for the casino heist. When you're underground and you're in like that long ass tunnel and like you're coming back to like leave the heist, the casino heist.
Yeah.
If Chad sits back, me and you are fine.
And
it's just getting in. That'd be the hard part with Chad.
Well, the problem is the casino heist is the most intricate heist they've done because first of all, you can do it fucking a dozen different ways, if not more. But they made it to where like if you're in it, you have to have a part to play. So that's why we need to make sure he's got the high levels, because if he's got to do something, if any of us have to do something, we need to be prepared for it.
Oh, right.
But once we do at least one Diamond Casino heist, we're doing the Capero or whatever
for sure.
We're doing the new one because I have the fucking submarine. We're doing that new shit. So we got some things to do. We definitely need to start grinding a little bit more.
Yeah. So moral of the story: Chad, be good at the game, and that's it.
Yeah. So we don't have to hard carry you so hard.
Yeah. Fuck you, Chad.
I like Chad. He's very nice. He's
that is very nice.
Douchebag like all your other friends. I mean, none of your friends are douchebags, but
well, you're friends with all my friends, so like
that's my point. I was making fun of Cody and I guess your nephew.
Oh, fucking both.
And David, who doesn't even talk to us anymore. Hey, David, if you're listening to this right now, Damien misses you and he knows you're not coming back, but he still thinks about you coming back every day.
I texted that motherfucker last night at hold on, let me read you the conversation me and David had. I can't say the first part that I messaged him about.
Oh, racist?
No.
Just do it. The fuck? Who cares?
All right, so I gotta.
What's you gonna do? Hear it and get mad?
I gotta explain the joke. Well, the joke. So David last year shaved his balls, and the one night me and him were talking, and like he had such a bad itch down there, like crazily, to where like we didn't even play anything because every like 3 or 5 minutes he would get up and have to go like take a shower in like cold water and warm water and like dip his balls in water just so to stop the urge to itch.
That's why you don't shave them so smooth, man.
Yeah, you know, hey, gotta make them look like kiwis, you know. So anyways, I messaged him out of blue. I just said, hey, I shaved my balls for the first time in a while. They're itching pretty bad, just to get a conversation going. And he sends like the laughing thing. He goes, I did the 1 chip challenge today, which I don't know. So I said, is that the spicy thing? How did it go? He texted me 2 hours later and he goes, yes. And I went, how did it go? Don't just say yes, motherfucker. And he went, it sucks. My butthole burns. And I went, nice. End the conversation. I hate that kid sometimes, dude.
He's never coming back.
He'll be on Thursday. It is Thursday. Oh God. Okay, he'll be on.
Hey, he was gonna be on Tuesday.
He had an excuse for Tuesday. He had an excuse for Tuesday.
Yeah, was it to play Smite without us?
Yes. Yeah. No, he had
we were playing
early.
GTA.
Yeah.
He was playing Smite when I went to bed at like 11
GTA on PC.
He was playing Smite.
No, I'm just saying he doesn't have GTA.
Why do you make excuses for him?
To make myself feel good. Can we just get to this album review before I cry?
Yeah, let's do the album review and then go play fucking something.
All right, so Mr.
You know, before we start, I might as well just say it. Don't shake your head. I owe you an apology. So I'm gonna say from the bottom of my heart, I'm sorry for giving you such a hard time about Kanye. I'm sorry about Ye because
You.
his newest album, Donda, it kind of slaps.
My heart is so warm right now. You don't even understand. Okay,
I
so
yeah, go ahead, man. Talk about it.
so I would just like to say for Jared, thank you. I prepped Jared for this album. I made a playlist on Spotify, which I think is public. So if you want to go listen to it, go ahead. Where I kind of took a bunch of songs from every Kanye album that I feel like everyone should listen to.
Oh, that yeah.
And Jared went through, me and him both listened to it, whatever. Anyways, fucking, Donda, I've been talking about it for months. Jared knows I've been talking about it for months. I've been heavily waiting for this album. I watched all 3 listening events.
All the songs, say all this listening
All
events.
3, bought merch for it. Bought merch for an album that didn't even fucking drop. Spent $400 on merch, okay? Don't even fucking care. And so to just talk about it. So the 3rd event happened, okay? And a lot of the songs were different. And I was kind of pissed. There's a song called Jail that originally had Jay-Z on it. Well, when he played at the 3rd event, it had Marilyn Manson and DaBaby on it. And I was Jail is one of my favorite songs from the listening parties. And I was like, you can't take Jay-Z off like that and put DaBaby on there. And then he took Kid Cudi off of Moon, which, I mean, you can't take Kid Cudi off of anything. And a lot of songs were changed. So when I heard it was going to release, which it was supposed to release that night, which it didn't, I was actually very scared because I was so worried because the 2nd event, the album was literally perfection for me. And it didn't drop. 3rd event happens. A lot of my favorite songs got changed. I was actually pretty mad. And so Saturday night, I kept seeing rumors. It may drop tomorrow. Kanye likes to drop on Sundays because Jesus is King dropped on a Sunday at a weird time. And I'm sitting there and it's like 4 a.m. And I hop on Twitter for the last time and I see a thing that said, hop on the Kanye's Reddit. The leaker who leaked Trippie Redd's album release date is leaking all the shit for Donda. Go on there. He's like, hey, it's releasing in 4 hours. I had to work. I couldn't stay up another 4 hours. Would have loved to. Just didn't have it in me. It was already 5 a.m. So, or 4 a.m., whatever time it was. Went to bed, woke up to the album, and I had an experience. Yeah, like from top to bottom. I listened to it from the top all the way down to the bottom first time, and it was crazy. So let's go ahead and get into it. We'll go down the track list, and then at the end, we'll give our score, our kind of overall thoughts, our favorite songs, our least favorite. So let me pull it up real quick. Which I would also like to say, Jared didn't tell me he was going to listen to this album, and he messaged me a picture of it, and I was at work in complete disgust, or not disgust. Like I was completely like caught off guard that he was listening to it because you messaged me like Off the Grid is crazy, and I was like, this motherfucker's listening to Off the Grid.
Yep. I don't even remember when I think I started listening to it. Fuck, I don't remember. I think the first time I listened to it was I was at home, and then I finished listening to it while I was driving home from work. I don't remember. I forget. I totally forgot.
So before we get into it, if you don't know, Donda, Kanye's mom, album kind of dedicated for his mom. So the first song, well, it's an intro. It's called Donda Chant. Is where his mom's name is being said over and over again. Doesn't count as a song. Let's get into Jail, which is currently the #1 song in the world.
Ugh.
Hurricane and Jail keep swapping back and forth, and Off the Grid's like 3rd or 4th. We'll talk about the achievements Kanye made at the end, which is just crazy. So Jared, Jail featuring Jay-Z. What do you think of this song? What were your initial impressions?
I don't like it.
Really?
Yeah. Let me check. I've been putting the songs I do like over into a separate album. Yeah, I don't have Jail in it. I don't like Jail. I don't think it's bad, but it's not my favorite. It is probably one of the lower tier songs in the list, in my opinion. Probably like if I had to rate it out of 10 stars, I'd give it like a 4. Not real into Jail. I like it. Like if I listen to the whole album. I listen to all the songs. I like the album as a whole, and that is a part of the album. So I like the song, but I don't love it. Where I'm at with that.
That's fair. Jail is definitely like a top 5 song for me. I would just like to say this: if you're not into like repetition, this is a gospel album, which gospel deals a lot in repetition. So
Mhm.
if you're not in that style, you know, you're not gonna be into it. Jail does
Yeah,
have
because doesn't he repeat like, "Oh, who going to jail now?" Or he
well,
says
it's the
like, "Who's going to
chorus,
jail?"
so it's gonna be repeated,
Yeah,
but like
but
it's
he
not a
just it's
changing
too
of
much.
chorus. So I love the guitar in this. I think it's crazy good. Mike Dean did a great job on it. I think Jay Z's verse on it is crazy. Some of the bars he talks about, or that he puts down, are phenomenal. When Jay Z enters the track, there's strings that come in that I think elevate and change the song enough for me for it to work. Um, and the ending with the drum pattern, I just love it. So when the second album or the second live stream happened, I downloaded all the MP3s that people were pulling or putting out, and that was my most listened to song. Uh, so I love it. If I had to give it like a score, it's probably like an 8 out of 10. Maybe I'll go like a 7.5 because I haven't been listening to it as much because I feel like there's so many better songs on the album. Um, we'll go into God Breathe on this with Vori. Um, a song, definitely repetition is a key here. It's a weird spot for me because I don't really care for the song, but it's the song that has been stuck in my head the most. And I
Mhm.
don't know what that means. So it's not even like I have a playlist of the Donda songs that I like in another playlist, like you, Jared, but it's just the Donda songs. And God Breathe on this isn't in that playlist, but I'm still singing that song. I haven't heard it in probably 2 days, and I'm
Yeah.
still listening to it, and I don't understand.
Yep.
So what do you think of God Breathe on this?
I feel almost exactly the same as you. Not my favorite. I like it probably the same amount as Jail, but it's definitely something that I have been like caught myself singing. Um, actually, I listened to it earlier today. That's one thing I was going to tell you. I totally didn't. So when I got home from work today, I did some running around and I ended up having to cut the grass. And so whenever I do that, I always throw in some headphones. I put in some nice sound canceling headphones and I go at it. And I always listen to the exact same album. It's a pre-made album on Spotify. I listen to the same thing every time I cut the grass. Today, I did not listen to that album for the first time ever, and I instead listened to Kanye's new album Donda while cutting the grass. Never have I ever listened to a separate pre-made album like or anything. I've always listened to the same thing. So I did that. That's how much this album has caught me. It caught my attention and has had me into it. That being said, God Breathe played twice for some reason while I was doing that. I was only doing it for like maybe 35 minutes and it played twice. Had it on shuffle, not fucking repeat, just shuffle. So I don't know why that happened. It played twice. I'm gonna give it a very similar rating, like about a four
Yeah,
stars out of 10
it's
for
definitely
Jail.
like a 4 or 5 for me.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
it's just it's not. I don't know. It has some like Yeezus vibes, and I just don't care for that album at all. Um, I think the production's a little weird on it, and once again, I'm just not into the song. Um,
No,
I feel like if
not at all.
that the beat, like I feel like goes hard if it had a feature that could do well on that beat. Like if there was a great feature in that, like Void is thing, but like if there was a great feature on that song, it may have saved the song, but it's
Yeah.
not for me. Um, what I think probably my third favorite song, second favorite song on the album, Off the Grid with Playboy
Oh,
Cardi and 5 Foreign. Uh, talk about this one for a second. So, uh, first when I was listening to it, Cardi comes on and he does his shit. Like Cardi, I have a weird vibe with him. I like some of his songs, a lot of his songs I don't. But when he's on, like Cardi's a fucking great rapper. I love the way he sounds on this song. And what I love about the beat of this song is that originally, until it swaps, it's definitely a beat made for Cardi. It fits his style. Kanye's doing the chorus. But when 5 is about to come on and the drum pattern switches and it turns into a drill beat, and 5 I think has the best verse on this whole entire album. He went crazy on that drill beat. And then at the end, like when 5 is done, after like 2.5 minutes, Kanye comes and holds his own on a drill beat.
yeah.
Like Kanye's verse goes fucking hard too. there is some bars in it that are kind of corny. Kanye always has those corny lines like, I talk to God every day. That's my bestie. I keep it unclean. I keep it clean, but it could get messy. I see them in my backyard. I think I see messy. Like,
Yeah.
all right, like it's it's not a great line. It's not a atrocious line. It's just like why your beat was going, but
Every
dude,
every time I've heard that line, I'm like, this is the only song Cody would listen to because Messi's in it.
right, dude, that beat is so crazy though. The production on that thing, like that that's definitely like a contender for like song of the year. That song is fucking nuts. What do you think about it?
Yeah, Off the Grid is one of my top 3 songs. Probably, yeah, just top 3 because I haven't really decided which one I like the most. But it's definitely top 3. I'd say like a solid 8.5 out of 10. I mean, fucking,
Yeah,
if not 9, it is one of the best songs in this album without a doubt.
yeah,
I have intentionally played this one multiple times, and I love it. I actually listened to this one twice today, and
yeah,
both on purpose. And yeah, it's a fucking great song. I mean, I love it. Blasting it on the way home with my windows down,
yeah.
fucking like on the highway, had it up to like 40, and the thing can only go up to 40, so it was great. Loved it.
When I've been
Great
going
song.
to work, I've been listening to it on my speaker with my mom in the car, and she does not care for Kanye at all. She hates the song Jail because of the repetition. But I played when I was playing Off the Grid. She's like, this song is so bad. And then I swear to God, 5 hit, and I saw her nodding her head, and she was like getting into it. And then Kanye hit, and she was like same into it. That song goes crazy. That's like a 9.5 for me. That's one of the best like rap verses Kanye's laid down since like No More Parties in LA in 2016.
Yeah.
Um, Next up, what I think is probably going to be the biggest song off this album, Hurricane, with The Weeknd, Lil Baby, Kanye. What do you think about this song, Jared?
This one I'm gonna definitely give a solid 9.5 out of 10. I love this song.
Dude,
I don't know what it is.
yeah,
Like to me, I remember Off the Grid more, but I
yeah,
know that I like Hurricane more. Like when I listen to it, I'm into it. Yeah, I just really have to say about it. I wish it was a little bit longer because like there's other songs on this that are longer that I don't think should be longer,
yeah,
and then the good ones all feel short. That's really all I have to say about it.
yeah. Any song you have The Weeknd on, it's like bare minimum is going to be a decent song. And
Yeah.
then Lil Baby, like not one of my favorite rappers right now. I like, but when he features on something, like he holds his own, and I feel like he complimented the song well. And then Kanye's verse at the end, it's a little weird. I do like it a lot though. You know, with the like I don't mind it. I think it sounds good. And then the chorus that joins The Weeknd singing, like the choir. Oh my god, I love the
Mhm.
parts where when The Weeknd's going, don't bring me down, the choir's going with it, but then like all of a sudden the song stops and there's like a pause. I don't know how to describe it, but it's perfect. And then at the end with the final chorus, the drum pattern that comes in, the it's great.
Yeah.
That's definitely a 9.59 for me. Great song. We move to Praise God, which has rappers on it. I forget who's on this one. Um, what do you think of Praise God?
I actually don't mind Praise God. Um, I'd say it's just 6. Like it's not really special to me, but I like it more than Jail.
Okay. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
this
I'm
is
gonna give
Travis
it.
Scott and Baby Keem.
Okay, I don't. Means nothing to me. Uh, yeah, just a 6. That's pretty much all I can say about it. It's a good enough song. That I believe I actually do have this on my other playlist. If I check, I do. I have this on my other playlist. Yeah, I definitely enjoy Praise God, but it's not like my favorite. It's just one that I like. If that makes
Right, that's
sense.
fair. That's how I am with the song. It's I think Travis goes pretty well in the song. Not a lot of Kanye in this one, but the beat's great. And Baby Keem, he does a pretty good job. I just think this is one of those songs where I think Keem's verse could have been cut in half and the song would have been better for
Yeah.
it. It's probably like to me, it's probably like a 6.57.
Yeah.
Next we go to Jonah, which I believe also has Vori on it, which he got a lot of love this album. What'd you think of Jonah?
Um, honestly, like not my favorite.
Okay.
Really just kind of one of those filler songs to me.
Okay, yeah.
I'm
Um,
gonna give it a 3, 3.5. A
Three,
little
wow.
bit. Yeah, I like Jail more. Ironically, I'm gonna be basing everything off of Jail because Jail is like the first to me like the first. Um, I mean, I know it is really the first song, but it's the first one to base off of because I was expecting more, but Jail sucked ass to me. That's why I'm gonna base everything off of Jail.
Okay.
Yeah, this Jonah, I think it has a good like underlying beat the whole time, but I just don't like anything. It's nothing that really grabs my attention.
Yeah, I think Vori does well here. Lil Durk is on the song as well. He has a pretty good verse. Um, I think what he adds to uh talking Lil Durk, he has this weird obsession with talking about people who've died, like and people like his ops, as he puts it. And I feel like in this verse, him and Kanye had a conversation because even Kanye earlier on says basically you can't make no money talking about your dead ops. Like people don't want to hear that. Like it's not good for the soul to talk about that. And Lil Durk like responds to that. Um, I think it works very well. It's not one of my favorite. It's probably like a 5.5 for me, to be honest. Um, but yeah, we move on to Okay Okay. Jared, what did you think of Okay Okay?
So this one is like fuck, what's the hold on. God Breathe. Okay, okay is like God Breathe to me because I like the song, but it how do I put this? I like the song, but I like a lot of the other songs more. And I the problem is I don't want to listen to the song again. I liked it once, that's fine. I don't want to listen to it anymore, but I keep having the God breathe thing where I keep hearing it in my head. I keep like singing it to myself, or I feel like I hear it more than I want to. So to me, this is just a solid 5 right down the middle. It's a good song. I liked it, but I don't want to hear it again. But unfortunately, I feel like I am hearing it again because it's just stuck in my head. That's really like I said, just right down the middle, solid 5 for that one.
That's fair. Um, I think Kanye's verse is pretty good on this. It's basically responding to Drake. Uh, Drake has some lines on I forget what his last big song was. Um, but Drake talks about how it's a ghost town whenever he pulls or goes to Kanye. So Kanye and Drake live a block away from each other. If Drake makes a right and he's on Kanye's block, basically. So Drake
Yeah.
keeps mentioning how, he made a right, it's on site, like I'll be on your block, whatever. Drake said it's a ghost town when I'm on your block, and Kanye basically comes right at it and he says, "You see me in person, I look like a ghost," and like he's accepting that. And then he calls Drake out and says he won't do anything. Which is true. Drake has never been anyone to fucking. Drake's not a pull-up guy. It's not,
Yeah.
he's Canadian. It's not in his blood. Lil Yachty has a verse on this. I don't think it's really that great. Ruga from Chicago. I've heard a lot of his songs recently. I think he had a great verse on this that kind of like picks up the song after Yachty kind of ruined it. This is definitely like a 6.5 for me. One of the lower tier ones.
Yeah.
Move on to Junya. Junya Watanabe on my re. I love this song. I don't know why. I really do. I love how weird the song is. I think when Cardi is on it a little bit, I think Junya Part 2 is better, which we'll talk about later on. But
Mm.
for what the song is, I think it has some pretty decent bars in it. It can get repetitive, but for whatever reason, I love it. This is like an 8 for me. I love Junya for whatever reason. I don't get it.
That's interesting.
What do you think about Junya?
I liked this song the first time I heard it, but the first time I heard it, I wasn't really listening to it. I listened to some of these while I was just fucking around doing some stuff on Madden. So like I was kind of here listening to it, but I kind of wasn't. The first time I remember looking at it near the end and going, oh, it wasn't too bad. But then when I listened to it, like with the intent to like listen and know what's happening in the song, I fucking hated it. first of all, the name of the song, Junya, for some reason is a huge turnoff to me. Just looking at the like Junya. I'm looking at it right now. I just fucking hate it. It makes me not want to look at that. So that being said, it is like a 3. Didn't and I also didn't really care for the song. I'm gonna be honest with you. That being said, this song and the next 3 songs, I feel very similar about. They're all very forgettable to me. All very filler songs. Um,
What are the best? Okay. Okay.
so that's yeah. So I'll give separate like rankings for each of the next ones, but I feel very similar. I feel like these next few are very 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 filler. That I just haven't listened to them enough times. We'll see. But
This
yeah,
next
Junior,
song. So the next
not a fan
song.
of.
What do you give Junya? By the way.
I like a 3.
All right. So believe what I say, which is my first or second favorite song, has the Lauryn Hill sample on it, and Kanye's verses on this go so fucking hard, man. Um, it's so great. It's a boppy tune. It's a dancey tune. It's such a good switch up from the album. I think this song's perfect, to be honest with you. This is as close as a 10 as you can get. I'm gonna give it like a 9.7. The only thing I would take out is there's twice where someone talks in the middle of the song, but the chorus is catchy as fuck. The verse that Kanye puts down is great. No feature. It's fucking fantastic. Lauryn Hill samples work beautifully. Kanye, the master of samples, obviously it works. What is your thoughts on Believe What I Say?
So like I said, Junya. Okay. So there's 4 songs here. 9 through 12 is what I'm gonna call them. Out of these 4 songs that we're going through right now, Junior to Remote Control, these 4, Believe What I Say, if I had to pick between these 4 songs, is the one I like the most out of these 4. That being said, not by a lot. Again, I felt like this was a filler song. I admit these are the ones like I've only listened to about once each. Um, Believe What I Say, I don't know. I liked it enough to listen to it, but not enough that I feel like I want to listen to it a second time. I'll probably have to give all these songs a second chance the way you've made faces at me. But I really don't give this song more than like a 5 and a like 5.5 at most. Um,
Yeah, you're gonna have to listen to this one again
better than Junia by a fucking landslide, better
by a
than
mile.
Jail. But just not that good. Either songs in this album that I like much, much more.
Okay, that's fair.
But yeah, it was an alright song, all in all.
24 is next.
I gotta be honest with you, I don't even fucking remember 24. I look at the name of that song and I can't remember it.
This is the one where at the end he's like, you're gonna be okay. He says it over and over again. This is like the most gospel song on the album. And the way he says we're gonna be okay. To be fair.
Okay, yeah. I just
Um,
like listened to it for a few seconds and skipped around a few places. I don't like the song. That's all I have to say about it.
I think the song's pretty good. It's not my vibe. It's definitely a song that should have been on like Jesus is King. Um, I like the messaging that the song gives. It's very uplifting. And I feel like right now a lot of people need an uplifting song, so I see why a lot of people like the song.
Mhm.
It's probably like a 7 for me, to be honest with you. What would you give it?
Ugh. 3.
Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna say I remember it as soon as I played the intro, I remembered it. I skipped through 5 different clicks until the very last thing. 3 of those clicks, I heard like from a chorus. So fuck that.
Okay.
Repetitive, don't like it. 3.
We're going to Remote Control with Young Thug, which during the listening parties did not care for this at all. On the album, I do like some of the things Kanye did. For whatever reason, I really love the robotic auto tune he puts on Young Thug's voice like halfway through his verse. I don't know why. I think it's fucking dope. I don't care for the chorus as much. Got it on Remote Control. Oh, well, I don't care for it. It's one of my least favorite ones. I don't think it's a bad song. I don't think there's a single bad song on this album, to be fair. But don't look at me like that. But this is definitely like a 5 for me. What about you,
Yeah,
Jared?
5. I'll listen to it, but I don't really care for it. 5.
Now, easily one of the best songs on the album. Easily.
What's that?
Top 8 for sure. Moon
What?
with Don Toliver and Kid Cudi. First
Oh, I
off,
love this song.
I have some beef with Kanye about this song. At the first listening party, afterwards, people are like, "Hey, where the fuck's Kid Cudi on? Where's he at on your album?" And Kid Cudi comes out and he's like, "Hey, I'm not on the album. I'll make a call real quick." How do you not get the man on the moon, Kid Cudi, who has 3 albums with the name Moon in it, not on the song called Moon? And then he gets him on, and it's a perfect song. I fucking love this song. When I hear "I Want to Go to the Moon," I swear I'm being lifted up into heaven. It's so heavenly. It's so beautiful. Kid Cudi, the man just knows how. Just knows how to mess with my emotions. And I love Kid Cudi, so obviously he's gonna do that. His hymns, his delivery is great. I love at the end where Don Toliver, Kid Cudi, and Kanye all come together to sing the chorus. It's great. It's a great chill song. I'll listen to this at like 4 a.m. and I swear to God I'll be crying. It's all right though. This song's a 9 for me, like easily 9. It's beautiful. The production's crazy on it too.
Huh.
What?
That's really weird. Everything you just said and the reasons you like it are the reasons I don't like it.
Okay.
However, that being said, I give this song an 8.5,
Okay.
if not a 9. It's somewhere in the middle, like an 8.7. Um, I do like this song. I think that the beat is great. I like the way it sounds. However, I don't want to listen to it because I don't like the way it makes me feel. I don't want to feel the way that you just described all those things. I don't want to cry. I don't want to feel emotions. That's not what I want, but it makes me feel that way. I actually heard this song when I was cutting the grass earlier, and I'm like, stop. Like, I'm like pushing a lawnmower going, fuck, man. I
It's
don't
just
want to listen to this
it's
right
one of
now.
those things where you're like, fuck man, what the hell? Like
Exactly. It's great. I mean, it is so good, but I don't want to fucking like I don't want to feel what
oh dude, I'm ready
come
to
on.
feel. I'm ready to feel.
And so yeah, I mean 8.5 if not a 9, somewhere in that range. Great song, but I don't want like I just don't want it. Does that like I don't know, I love it, but like stop,
Yeah.
please. Like that's how I feel. I don't know how to explain it. You were talking and the whole time I'm like this motherfucker. He's summing up everything I feel in the words and I don't like it.
Right.
Yeah, so that's that.
We move on to another great song, Heaven and Hell. Starts off with a weird sample, like a really high pitched voice. Kanye comes on, the beat's kind of slow, whatever. And then there's like the point where the music stops, it's Kanye rapping, and then the choir joins in on the song with them, and the song completely transforms. This is definitely one of my favorite songs on the album. This is like an 8.5. Well, it's probably like an 8 for me. I fucking love this song. The verse goes crazy too.
Yeah, Heaven and Hell is definitely one of my top 3. I have to admit, the first like 15 seconds, super weird. When I first heard it, I was like, I hate this. I want to
Yeah.
skip this song. The first 15 seconds. Then after that, I'm like, it's my favorite song. Like, this is a 9.5 without a doubt in my mind. Heaven and Hell, fucking great.
Yep. Great.
If not the best. So yeah, loved it.
We go to Keep My Spirit Alive with Conway.
No, we don't.
Oh, we go to Donda, sorry, which has Ariana Grande in it, by the way.
That's who that is.
Yeah, she's like behind Kanye's voice when he's singing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't realize it was her.
Yeah, I had no clue too. And then I was watching like I love watching like reactions to albums. So like last night I was watching a bunch of Donda reactions, and then I was watching a bunch of Tyler ones. But someone's like, "Hold on, is that fucking Ariana Grande in the back?" Like listening to it, I was like, "There's no way it's Ariana Grande." And then
Ariana Grande.
I look up the
She got
features
behind it.
like on that shit, and Ariana Grande's on that bitch. I was like, that's fucking crazy. You have the biggest pop star in the world as a backup vocal. Only Kanye could do that. That's nuts. I don't understand. Put her on the album. Give her something. Give her a chorus. I don't know. But Donda, it's like an interlude. It's pretty good. Like I like the actual song portion of it. It's not in my playlist just because it's an interlude kind of. But I think it does its job. I mean, obviously it's sad what happened to his mom. And
Yeah, what happened to his mom, by the way?
She died during plastic surgery. Like on the table.
Damn.
Unexpected. I forget, she wasn't getting plastic surgery to change her look. She was actually, I think she was getting it for medical reasons.
Yeah.
Um, but
Holy
yeah,
shit.
she died on the table, like apparently.
I Rachel asked me that earlier because I was playing it. We were cleaning up around, and I just told Alexa to play it. Make sure she didn't turn on my surname. Um, and that song came on, and I mentioned like the song was based off, like, or is like dedicated to his mom
Yeah,
because
she
she's
had
like, I
heart
don't really like
failure.
Kanye. And I was like, and she's like, yeah, like, what'd she die from? I'm like, I don't know. Honestly, I thought it was old age. I can't believe she heart failure during a plastic surgery.
Yeah.
That is insane.
Yep. And it was super unexpected, and it's I mean, obviously your mom dying takes a huge toll on you, and obviously it's taking a huge toll on Kanye considering it's been 12 years and we're finally getting an album that like he can kind of like release his
Wait, that
emotions.
happened 12 years ago?
12 or 14 years ago.
Holy shit. How old was she?
Uh oh, she died in 2007.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, so even longer. I can look how old she was.
I'm gonna say because I have no idea. 'Cause Kanye's like in his 50s now, isn't he?
He's 43, I think.
Really? I thought he was so much older than that. Holy fuck.
He was 58 years old. Died. So
Damn.
like still younger in the
Oh,
process.
absolutely younger. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fucking insane. I thought that she died like last year.
You know, I will say, like, and this is gonna come off a little weird, like because we'll talk about like the stuff he says about his mom later on. It's made me
Yeah.
like kind of appreciate my mom a little more. In the case of like, it's made me like sit here and think like, I really gotta like spend more time with her. She's not
Mhm.
gonna be here forever. Gotta spend more time with the mom. But yeah, I mean, obviously it's taken a toll on him a lot, and we're finally, 14 years, 15 years later, he can release it. But yeah, we move on to "Keep My Spirit Alive" with Conway, and West Side Gun, and Casey, who does the chorus. I actually really like the song. And it's weird, the only part I don't care for is Kanye's part. He gives
Hmm.
a weird delivery on the song that I just don't care for. And when you have a song with West Side Gun on it and Conway, just add to it. The song's great or good enough with those guys on it. Just give a normal thing, which I know Kanye doesn't do. I don't like his delivery. I think the chorus is good. It is a slower paced song. And I mean, some of Kanye's bars on this, just to read them out, not Wakanda, but Wakanda is kind of like what we about to make. And who gonna make it? Khan, duh. Like Khan and then D-U-H. No thanks, Kanye. I don't care for that bar. I don't care for a lot of the verse. So that's probably like a 6 for me. I keep my spirit alive, to be honest.
Yeah.
What about you?
I just want to say I think that "Keep My Spirit Alive" is a perfect follow-up to that interlude of
For
Donda.
sure, yeah.
By the way, I didn't rate it. Donda, I think, is like almost a perfect 10. I
Yeah.
know that it is interlude, not really a real song, but I think it hits
Yeah.
really good. I don't know why. I just think it's really nice. Really good. I have it on my playlist. I know you said you didn't. "Keep My Spirit Alive." Like I said, perfect follow-up. Although I will say the beat the whole time has me not certain I love the song. But I do like the lyrics I'm hearing. I do like what like a lot of the stuff being said. It's just the beat has me so uncertain of it. That being said, I give it a solid 7. Just because I do like it. I do think it's a good follow-up. I think it's well placed in the album. Just I'm not 100% on it. That's why I'm gonna keep it at like maybe a 6.5, 7. That's somewhere in that range. Just because, like I said, not certain, but I know that it is a decent song.
Yeah, for sure. Move on to, I mean, I think this song is very close to a masterpiece. Jesus Lord. Um, first off, the chorus that Kanye puts down, I think is really great. Um, Now some people don't care for the Jesus Lord repetition. My mom doesn't care for it. I don't notice it. It doesn't really make that big of a difference for me. But Kanye's bars and like his verse in this is heart wrenching, and it's one of my favorite he's done in a while. I mean, first off, I think the real emotional part is when he's talking about his mom, and the lines are, "Mama, you was the life of the party. I swear you brought the life to the party. When you lost your life, it took the life out of the party." Like, that shit hits, and it's really sad. And then when he goes on to talk about the cycle of the hood, you know, someone dies, someone goes and gets the strap on him, goes and gets revenge to help heal the pain, how that affects everyone who's involved in that situation. Like it's a real, like, when I listen to that, like, it gets me thinking, like, shit, man, like, I got it good, you know. And then Jay Electronica, you like him or not, whatever, he goes hard on this. I love his fucking verse on this song. His wordplay is great. I don't think storytelling wise it's as good as Kanye's, but I think the way he's able to deliver is better than Kanye's verse on this album. And then at the end we have Hoover Jr. talking about his dad, Larry Hoover Sr. You know, getting out of jail still, who isn't out of jail. Obviously, Kanye went to the White House to try to get him out of jail with Donald Trump. It happened. But Jared, what'd you think of the song?
So I actually really, really, really enjoy this song. I think that it is a beautiful song, start to finish. However, I rank it very low. I rank it like 5.5, 6. The reason I do that is because two big things. One, I think it is way, way too long for a song. It is 9 minutes. Um, and I just feel like 9 minutes for a song is extreme. That being said, is for being as long as it is, it's the only good song that is this long. All the other long ones I don't think are nearly as good. The other big thing is the Jesus Lord repetition. I know you said you didn't recognize it. For me, every single time they say it, when it's during one of the not during the main chorus. Like if they're doing it during the main chorus, it's fine. But when there's one of the guys is fucking rapping and they're into their fucking thing and they're going hard and I like what I'm hearing, and there's just Jesus, Lord, like no, shut the fuck up. Like that ruins the fucking song. Right in the middle, right when I'm getting into it and I'm fucking enjoying it and I have to hear that shit. No, that it takes what is a fucking beautiful song and turns it into a fucking like disgusting ear fuck. Like I just don't like that part. The thing at the end, like you said, that I didn't understand it at first. It took me the second and third listen to get what was going on and understand all that. So I probably would have ranked it even lower had I only heard it one time. But now that I've listened to it multiple times, I do like it much, much more. Um, yeah, if those two things I mentioned, the amount of time and the repetition, if it wasn't for that, I would give this song a like fucking 9.8. Beautiful, but unfortunately, that shit drops down like barely a 6 because I cannot stand liking what I'm hearing just to be interrupted by something annoying. It's
I just
like,
I find myself singing along with the Jesus Lord. I don't know why.
I mean, don't be
Uh,
wrong, I do too, but I don't want to hear it. Like I was like,
that's
"Oh,
fair.
yeah," like I want to bob my head to it, but I just fuck. I feel like it hits in some of the worst points. Like there are times where it's like, yeah, I like it, I'm singing along, and there's other times it's like I'm into what's being said, and it's like, oh fuck you, like don't do that there. Like can you push it back or forward or
Yeah.
something? That's all it is. Other than that, I think it's a great song.
Yeah. It's like an 8.5 for me.
Mm.
This is, even though it's 9 minutes, I think it's well paced. It doesn't feel like 9 minutes. This is,
That is fair. I have it doesn't feel like 9 minutes,
yeah.
but it definitely is.
And when like this song comes up, I don't skip it just for that Kanye verse. I think it's so killer. Great song. We go to New Again, um, with Chris Brown as like backup vocals. I love the beginning of this. Uh, Jared, I've been saying this a lot, you know, where he goes, if you text me back, you got to hit me with hi with a bunch of I's and hey with a bunch of Y's. I fucking love
Mhm.
that. I don't know why.
No, I
Um,
know.
I think Kanye's goes pretty good on this beat. I do like the beat. I don't care for the repetition of "Make Me New Again," and then towards the end of the song, he takes away the beat, and it's just them saying "Make Me New Again" like 6 or 7 times, and then the beat comes back. I hate
Mhm.
that part. I don't
Yeah.
like that part at all. And it sucks because like I listen to music when I'm sleeping. So I like this song enough to where it's in my playlist to sleep. But like yesterday, I woke up to them just screaming at me, "Make me new again," and I woke up like, "What the fuck is going on?" Um, but this is definitely one of the lower tier ones. But it's not because Kanye's verse made it bad. It's just because I don't like the repetition of Make Me New Again. It's like a 7 for me, probably. What do you think?
I'm actually like 100% in agreement with you. I really like the intro. I really like the beat. I like this song as a whole. That repetition of New Again, not as annoying as Jesus Lord. However, it is annoying. I don't like it, and I give this about a solid 7 as well.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, that's the thing. I would like Jesus Lord better than this, but the repetition in Jesus Lord is worse than me. I don't know what it is. I have to listen to all these songs more to get more used to them. Maybe it'll change, but yeah, it New Again, great song,
Yep.
7.
The worst song on this album, Tell the Vision. When I said there's no bad songs, I lied. This is a bad song. I don't care for Pop Smoke at all. Deal. The guy's dead. Let him stay dead. I'm tired of hearing his music. I get Kanye worked on this, and it was on Pop Smoke's album. Don't want to hear it ever again. This isn't my playlist. When I'm listening to the whole album top to down, I just skip the song. Doesn't belong
Mhm.
there. This is a 1 out of 10. I don't like that song or interlude, whatever, at all. It throws me off every time I hear it. Do you need to say something about that?
Don't like it.
Cool. One of the better songs, which goes crazy, Pure Souls with Roddy Rich and
You're
Shansia. So
skipping Lord I Need You.
did I?
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry. Lord, I Need You. The Kim Kardashian song. I love this song too. I really like the chorus on this. I think the choir towards it happens on the second chorus that happens when the choir comes in. I think it's fantastic. Kanye sings really well on this song for me. And I think what he's talking about, the difference between him and Kim, and he kind of hints that he was or she was cheating on him. Talking about 3 hours to get back from Palm Springs, huh? Who that spent an hour in Walgreens, huh? Like, I feel like he's coming at him a little bit there for like maybe accusing her of cheating, which Drake's talked about, saying that he did it with her, but the world may never know. But I love a lot of the lyrics on this, saying you'll always be my favorite prom queen, even when we're in dad shoes and mom jeans. I love that line for whatever reason. And his singing is fantastic on this, and the chorus is great. What do you think, Jared?
I actually like this song a lot. I feel like this song was a fly under the radar kind of song though.
Okay, yeah.
Because as good as it was, it's not one that I don't even think I had on my playlist, or one that I really like paid attention to. But when we're talking about it, I do remember the lyrics. I actually do like those lyrics a lot. This is another like I don't know. I'd say like a good 8. Like it's a good song, but
Yeah.
I need to listen to it more to get more of a feel for it. I do know that I like it. I just know that it, like I said, Christ, flew right under the radar for me.
For sure. It's like an 8.5 for me. It's a really emotional song. I mean, obviously, when you're going through what you're going through with Kim Kardashian, like, they have kids together. It's going to be emotional. Feel for the guy.
Yeah.
We go to Pure Souls with Roddy Rich and Shansia, who I think is like Australian, or no, she's not Australian. She's from Africa. I don't know, one of those places. Roddy Rich kills it on this song. His singing is so fucking good. I really like Roddy Rich. The chorus is so catchy, and Roddy lays down a really good verse. Kanye lays down a really good verse, and then I think Shansia adds a really cool outro to the song that was never on any of the versions of the listening parties. So it was actually, I don't think so. It may have been in the third one. I just don't remember it. But when I heard it for the first time on the album, I was like, oh shit, like this is really cool. And obviously it's another song coming back at Drake. There's a lot of lines talking about mob ties and how they're gonna have to set up their fight. And one of the more clever things, if you ever watch God's Plans music video, Drake's handing out money to people. And so Kanye says, personal worth is not what a person's worth. I can give $1 to every person on earth. Man, it's got to be God's plan. That's such clever wordplay. Yeah, I really like this song. This is one that I play a ton. I think this song's a 9. I fucking love this song. What do you think of it?
I enjoyed the song, but I'm like, I feel real neutral about it. I like some of the things, like the line you just said. I like that line, but other than that, not really much that pops for this song. Pops for me in this song. Just a 6. I mean, better than a lot of the shit in the album, but not like in my top 5. Like not my favorite. Probably like in the top 10 though. I mean, I know there's only 25 songs, but it's
Yeah.
definitely in the top half. Let's put it that
Okay.
way.
Yeah. Roddy Ricch kills it. All right. My favorite song on the album. I think this song is a masterpiece. I love this song so much. It is so beautiful. Um, it is. I don't know. This is like. So there's a song on My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, which is a lot of people's favorite Kanye song. It's called Runaway. It's very piano based. It's a piano ballad, basically. One of my favorite songs. And this song just gives me those vibes, but it's way more. I feel like it's more emotional.
Mhm.
First off, Kanye has had a lot of suicidal issues in the past, has been depressed. Obviously, we've talked about it, been depressed before, still depressed, want to kill myself every day. Me and Jared both. The song just hits, man. Whenever I hear it, I get into like this emotional state that I don't mean to go into, but I do. Um, I've been feeling so low for so long. I ain't had a high in so long. I've been in the dark for so long. Like, dude. But when the piano hits halfway through the song and the distorted bass comes in, the song just changes for me. It's amazing. I love the way the song builds up at the point where he starts talking about. I feel like this is towards a lot of like the media and how they treat him. He's talking, he says, um, they cannot define me, so they crucify me. Um, so come and purify me. I feel like a lot of people, they see Kanye in one way because of his previous actions, and they won't like change their perspective, and so they do crucify him for whatever he does. But
Mhm.
I don't know why, but towards the end of that, where he just says God is still alive, so I'm free when I'm free. Like it, I don't know why that shit makes me so emotional. This is a 10 for me. This is a 10 out of 10. Perfect song. Top 10 Kanye song of all time for me. I fucking love this song. It's crazy.
Huh.
Production's also amazing. If it's Tyler the Creator on piano, he did a great job. What do you think?
I uh I like this song.
Okay.
Uh this song to me was one that when I first listened to it, I thought, wow, this is like a pretty good song. The second time I listened to it though, I was like, wow, this is still a pretty good song, but it feels like it's way too much.
Okay.
I don't know how to word that better. Like I like it, but it just feels it I don't even know how to like I don't want to say the word like sensory overload is what comes to mind, but
Okay.
like that's not it. Like I don't know how to word it exactly. It just feels like there's more going on than I want. But like I don't hate the song. Like I like what I'm listening to. I like what's being said. It makes me feel like you said. And I mean that's one thing I don't want to feel, so that's a problem. But like that's I'm not gonna deduct points on that for this one. Um, I can't explain it, but I feel like I want less going on. I feel like I want less noise. I want to be a little less loud. But at the same time, like I respect why it should be loud, especially like what you talked about, what you based off of.
I
All
feel
that
like
being
it's
said,
like
I'm
it's Kanye's like moment on the album. Like this is me.
yeah. Um, that being said, I give this like a 7, like 6.5, 7.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
But at the
Um,
same time, I have to clarify the songs towards the end of this album. I have listened to once or twice compared to the rest of them. I listened to it at least 3 or 4 times, except for like some of the weird filler songs in the middle.
yeah.
About yeah, like 6.5, 7.
Okay.
Good enough that I'll listen to it again, but not good enough that I want to listen to it constantly.
Yep. Then we go to kind of the end of the album. This is without the part twos. This is like the definitive outro for the album. No Child Left Behind. I was so hyped for this song. They played it, which I think I showed you guys when it first came out. There was a Beats commercial when the album was supposed to launch in July. And this song sounded amazing. It's a great outro. And the second, like a listening party, Jared, I don't know if you ever saw it. In that experience that was that second listening party, this is the part where Kanye gets lifted up in the stadium, like into fucking heaven. Dude, it was the perfect song for that moment. I really like it. It's a great outro. It's in my playlist. I can't stop listening to it. It's an 8 out of 10 for me. It's one of Kanye's better closers for sure. What did you think of No Child Left Behind?
I fucking don't care about it. It just flat out not a fan of what's being said, not a fan of the tune, not a fan of the beat. Like a 3. Not a fan.
Okay. Then we move on.
And
Go ahead.
I'm gonna save you time in these last few. I have not listened to any of the part 2s. You told me when I was talking about them, you're like, if you don't like them, don't listen to them. So I didn't, and I just don't really plan on it. So that's
Okay.
me. Don't know anything about them. You can just talk about them.
Yeah, Jail Part 2 has Marilyn Manson singing a lot with Kanye. And then it has the baby replacing Jay-Z. Hard to replace Jay-Z. I will say, you know, the baby's been going through a lot recently. You know, he had those remarks about gay people that people didn't feel so well about. Which what I'm not judging. You feel how you feel, I guess. I do think it's pretty cool. And Marilyn Manson's been canceled for a while for whatever reason. I do think it's cool that Kanye let them on the album and showed like, hey, like you can come back. Like you're not canceled just because some people said it. The baby's verse, I think it's his best one since like his first album. One of the lines that hits me pretty hard that I feel like people don't talk about, which I'll read the line. I said one thing they ain't like, threw me out like they ain't care for me, threw me out like I'm garbage, huh? And that food that y'all took off my table, you know that feeds my daughters, huh? Whenever I hear that, it makes me think like, oh shit, like we're canceling people and we're not thinking about everyone else that it affects in that person's life. And I don't think what did the baby said, like it was a little like it was rough, but I don't think he should have gotten canceled over it. And I think this was a great redemption for him to kind of speak his mind and say, hey, this is how I feel. And he talks about like no one can tell me what to say. I grew up with my mom who was selling drugs. I didn't have a dad. I speak the way I speak. And, you know, I got to respect that. Not backing down, not apologizing, saying this is who I am. Get over it.
Yep.
Then we go to Okay Okay Part 2. I think it's better than the first Okay Okay. Shansia does her thing. Ruga does really good on this. Jail Part 2, I'd give like a 7, I think. Okay Okay Part 2, I'd probably give like a 6.5. Junior Part 2 is way better than the first Junior because Playboy Cardi gets his full verse and then Ty Dolla $ign goes crazy on it. That should have been the main version, to be honest with you. I give that like probably I don't remember what I rated Junior Part 1. I give it like an 8.5, I think. I think I rated Junior 8. Jesus Lord Part 2 is literally the same, but they added 2 more verses, I believe, by Jadakiss. Jadakiss, and let me grab the last one. Sorry, I'm forgetting your name, bud. Slouch and Jadakiss, yeah, and then Styles P. It's more of the same. I listened to it. It is too long. It turned out to be like 11 minutes, like 11 minutes and 35
11
seconds.
minutes and 30 seconds. Yeah, that's the reason I listened to any of part 2s. I looked at the length of those and went, nope.
Yeah. So if you're gonna listen to this, like if you're gonna listen to the album, and you know, a lot of people have been saying like, hey, don't listen to fucking the part 2s. I definitely think Jail, Okay Okay, and Junior Part 2 are worth listening to. If you just want to listen to some good rapping, Jesus Lord's great, Part 2. But like I said, if you have a problem with the first one, probably don't want to listen to the second one. So before we get into our final rankings of the album, I would just want to talk about real quick how crazy it is that this album is doing this good when it has no swearing in it. And literally no swearing. You can hear cuts like of Kanye saying the N-word and stuff. It's no swearing. It is a religious album, and it's a hip hop album. usually for a lot of countries, hip hop doesn't do well. And so before, which we'll talk about, the main thing was Kanye now owns the most number ones in any country. Before it was held by Justin Bieber at 116. Kanye hit 185 countries he was number one in.
Damn.
Most ever. I saw the percentage. It was like 91% of the world he was number one in. A hip hop religious album. That's nuts. That Drake's not going to do that. No rapper can do that. That's great. Justin Bieber can't do that again. Just think about it. Taylor Swift, who's big everywhere, can't do that. That's crazy to me. In 4 days, it has 300 million streams on Spotify alone. It is the second most streamed Apple Music album of all time. And
What's
it's
first?
Scorpion by Drake. That was just because of the hype of God's Plan and stuff like that. Obviously, you would listen to the album because of that song. So the point being is, before this album came out, a lot of people were saying Kanye was washed. He's gonna not sell well. And I can't believe it's doing this well, to be honest with you. And I can't believe Kanye delivered this great of an album for me. So we'll get into to our ratings. Jared, I'd like to hear yours first, kind of an overall out of 10. What is your ratings for Donda? I know you haven't listened to all the albums completely through, but where do you think it would rank, like, in Kanye's album discography?
7.2.
Okay.
The only reason I feel like it's that low is because, in my opinion, there's a lot of not great songs. And by not great, I mean like less than 6 stars. If I'm ranking them up, I had at least 4 songs that were 3. I had a couple of 4s, I had a few 5s. Um, like I don't know, it's just the song or the songs in this album. While I like them all, I think that the album in total, uh, I have to give like a 7.2 because there's only a few of them that I would give close to a 10 or like above 9. And then most of them are under 6 or under, and then there's a few more that are like in the 7, 8 spot. So yeah, 7.2. That being said, this is the only album I've listened to. Like, I don't listen to albums, I listen to songs. Um, so I just want to say take my ranking with a grain of salt because I've not listened to albums. Like I'm not an album listener. I don't have like albums on I don't do that shit. So for me, this is impressive. The fact that it hit a 7.2, in my opinion, is like fucking. It might as well be like, a fucking, I don't know, something
Right.
made of gold. To me, it's great, but I don't know how to give it anything higher based on what I feel about a few of the songs.
Okay. That's fair. Um, so for me, obviously, the self-proclaimed huge Kanye fan that I am, uh, it's not my favorite album. Um, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, which is the greatest hip hop record of all time. Not me saying that, by the way. A lot of people, and it even Rolling Stone gave it the #1 album of the decade last year. So I mean, all I'm saying is, great album. That's a masterpiece album for me. That album's a 10 out of 10 for me. And compared to Kanye's discography, this album stacks really well. I think a lot of the highs on this are a lot higher than a lot of the other albums. And I feel like even a lot of the mid songs, well, a lot of the songs that I don't care for are better than a lot of the like songs that are not as good on other albums.
That's fair.
And to put it frank, like, even though it's a new album, this is the first time I've ever like listened to an album and I haven't stopped listening to it all the way through for 4 days. From the time I've woke up, from the time like when I wake up, it's either in my ear or it's on my computer playing. And obviously it's not right now because of the podcast, but literally all day. I'm pretty sure you can check on like the Scrabbles app. I have like 45 hours streamed of that album so far. 45, 55, whatever it said. I can't stop listening to it. I love it. That Come to Life song, I have it on repeat. It's probably my second favorite Kanye album, second or third. I'm gonna give it like a 9.5. I really love this album.
Damn.
I hold Kanye's albums in high regards, like Graduation and like T-Lop, and I think this album gives more than a lot of those albums. So that's where I would rank Donda. Great fucking album. And apparently we're getting a part 2 Friday if it happens. I don't know.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Because like to me, 7.2 is like the best I could fucking give. Like, because that's just how I feel. And you're over here saying 9.5. So like that makes me think, wow, I really don't know music as much as I should to be
No,
given a
it's
number like
just
that.
I love how Kanye makes music. So
No, that's fair. But I mean, I don't know other Kanye albums enough. So if I heard other ones, I'd be giving them like 4s and 5s. Like, so that's what I mean. It's interesting. Like our perspectives so drastically different.
it's I try Yeezus you wouldn't like at all.
Nope, I know that. I've heard a few of those.
I don't even know what your second least. Probably 808s and Heartbreaks would probably be your second least. I love that album though. You probably like The Life of Pablo a lot. You probably like Graduation a lot. Late Registration you probably wouldn't care for, and College Dropout you probably wouldn't care for. And My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy you shit on Gorgeous, so I know you won't like that album, unfortunately. Yeah, one day we'll have to go through and like list them all and listen to them all. But yeah, I fucking love this album. Go stream it, go listen to it, give us your perspectives down in the comments. Next week we will have another album to review. I've already listened to about 75% of it, and it's not looking good. Drake's album Certified Lover Boy came out tonight. And all I have to say about that is this man called himself a lesbian on a song. And you know what? That I'm out. I'm off the Drake train. I'll listen to his older stuff. This stuff, I'm out. Not doing it. But we'll review that next week. We'll have a lot to talk about, the PlayStation stuff next week. If you like I said, if you listen to Donda, give us your score down below. And actually listen to it. Don't fucking sit there and go, oh, Kanye's bad. And with Drake next week, don't just sit there and go, oh, Drake's bad. Listen to it.
Yeah, but Drake is bad.
Listen to it. Give it a thoughtful, give it a chance. That's what I'll say. I know people don't like Kanye for a lot of shit he did. The man's changed. Give him a chance. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. On YouTube specifically, please share. Get this out there. SoundCloud, Spotify, follow iHeartRadio, follow us or like us. And we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for watching.
Hey guys.